Alrighty, time for another draft here on Arena. We've got the Powered Cube and we've got Flash, we've got Breach, we've got Mox Opal, Solitude for those who enjoy that sort of thing, Atroxa, Flash and Atroxa. I think we all know what I'm taking. It's like they put all my pet cards in a pack, had me fight over them, but I'm going to take Underworld Breach. Pick one, pack one Breach. It's just, there's nothing like it. You got to get Brain Freeze, you got to get LED, and you just couldn't go. I mean, I had a Time Walk deck earlier, yesterday actually, that didn't even need the Brain Freeze. It just did Underworld Breach, Time Walk. But shame to pass Opal and Flash, but you know what? I'm going to take Underworld Breach, and I'll take a Mox Ruby to follow it up with. That's pretty nice. I think that you could take Flash if you wanted over Breach. I would not advise taking Mox Opal over Breach, as much as I like Opal. All right, passing Consider, Abrade, Thundertrap, Malcolm. There's some action there. 6 and Sylvan Safekeeper, just to keep note of those. And then here, I think I take Echo of Eons, because if I'm taking Underworld Breach, I'm looking for Lion's Eye Diamond anyway. And taking Echo of Eons also makes it so there's fewer people out there who want Lion's Eye Diamond. Rolling all around here. Yeah, let's take Echo over Currency Converter. Maybe I'll get back one of these cantrips or a talisman or something, but I'll take that. There's a Parallax Wave there for those into the mono white life. All right, I'll take Bauble. Bauble is just great with all this kind of stuff. And I think these are mediocre spells at best, so happy enough to just bauble it up. Okay, and here there's a Lutri and a Mystical Tutor and a Ketria Triumph, which I do like, but I'm going to take Mystical. We already are going down that route, and Mystical Tutor to help find Brain Freeze or Echo of Eons or Wheel of Fortune or Time Twister, Balance, Time Walk if we're lucky. Those would all be nice. And then here, ooh, Mystic Confluence, 6-pick. I don't mind that. And passing on Lelia and Sahelian Burst Lightning. So there's actually some decent red open too, but I think Mystic Confluence is a fine pickup. So in terms of combo, we've got Breach and Echo and Mystical. Ruby, Bauble, and Mystic Confluence are just generally pretty good cards. So certainly we'd like to be breaching here, but we'll see what we can come up with. Ooh. 7th pick Hole Breacher. I already have Echo of Eons and Mystical Tutor. All right, sorry Snapcaster, but we got bigger fish to fry here. Actually, Hole Breacher would probably not like you saying that. And by the looks of the card, you could definitely do something about it. And here, I do like Pentad Prism, but I also like Soul Guide Lantern. I like Soul Guide when you have Breach because it means you don't lose to Emrakul Ulamog. I actually value that quite a bit. It's a hedge against Reanimator, though that honestly isn't that big of a deal because Reanimator's decks haven't been not doing as well, so you don't face them quite as often. And they're worse when you do. But if Mox Opal wheels in our pack here, there's a Mox Opal in there for me maybe, then the Soul Guide's also pretty nice. But overall, I just think Pentad Prism and Seething Song and Talisman are just pretty replaceable cards, whereas Soul Guide is a nice one. No Mox Opal. Solitude came back? I don't like to see that because that makes it a lot less likely. I mean, people are drafting Mono White, which would be good for me at the table. I'll take Watery Grave. It's a better duel than Sanctum, both in terms of color and just it's a better duel. Fighter Covenant's also pretty good. But I think I want Watery Grave, and I just think that these decks like playing Vampiric Tutor and Demonic Tutor a lot, so I'd rather just take the fixing first. And then here, I'll just take Abrade. Abrade's great, and I don't really need any of those other cards. So, certainly Lion's Eye Diamond and Brain Freeze are a priority. LED even better, because LED with Echo and Hole Breacher is great. Any draw 7s would be awesome. Counter spells, a little bit of wouldn't mind a little bit of interaction. I guess I just picked up an Abrade, so kind of doing great on that. Wow, no one is drafting white. I'm proud of this draft table. I'm going to take Riverfire Bird. Well, I like the blue-red land, but I also really like Sleight of Hand. Let's just take the land. I think Sleight is an okay cantrip, but not one of the better ones. And I think having some lands would be nice. And then here, just take Mind Collapse in the interest of taking red cards, I guess. I don't typically put Mind Collapse in these decks. I just don't like losing my lands in combo decks. I want to either kill their thing early or just combo off. Mind Collapse kind of sets you back from comboing, and you're not really going to win those kinds of games, I don't think. Okay, I'll take Elegant Parlor. I'm just not going to play Arena of Glory, but there is a chance this deck ends up Jeskai for balance or something like that. Balance, actually. Not even something like that. For balance is what we can just say it. That's like the only good white card. Not the only good white card in the cube, but for these kinds of decks. Balance, maybe Fracture Identity. There's not a whole lot more. I'll just take the Burst Lightning. This could end up being a blue-red tempo deck where I wish I had Dragon's Rage, but it doesn't really feel like that's the direction we're going. I mean, it's nice with Breach. He does put a lot of cards in your graveyard, but Burst Lightning, just having Burst Lightning and a Braid in your deck means you just don't lose to aggro as often. Any Lotuses, by the way? No. There's a Luris, but that's not what we're in for. I think it's Mox Diamond. I'm just looking for draw 7s. Mox Diamond's great at doing those, and maybe Iteration or Pyrokinesis comes back, but yeah, we'll Mox Diamond it up. And get past a Flooded Strand, Minsc and Boo, Miscalculation, Duress. I don't think I want Minsc and Boo. Well, I do have 2 Moxes. That makes it more likely. Flooded Strand is just nice. I think I just take that. I don't mind a Miscalc or a Duress, but I just want good mana, so I'll take that. Boom. Brain Freeze. There we go. All right, so now we just need a LED or Lotus Petal, or Black Lotus, but slam in the Brain Freeze, passing on Dax, Psychic Frog, Dismembers, Urn, some good cards, but certainly not going to risk missing out on the Brain Freeze. All right, well, we've got our deck, so we know what we're doing, and we just need to find LED or Petal to really pop off. You can manage without it, especially with some Moxes, but it's a lot harder. This is actually a really interesting pick, because there's Mana Leak, there's Frantic Search, and there's Demonic Tutor. It's got to be Demonic Tutor, I think. When you have Mox Diamond and Ruby, Brain Freeze, Breach, Watery Grave, and Flooded Strand, Whole Breach, yeah, it's too much going on for DT not to be great. Can Frantic Search come back? Probably not, because there's no White Drafter, or at least there wasn't really before, so these cards aren't getting taken. Frantic Search Breach is great as well. It's kind of like a DT, but a DT is actually a DT, and I do like Mana Leak, but we're just gonna focus on winning the game here. I think that's what this deck's mostly trying to do. I don't have a lot of counters. I just have the Mystic Confluence, so we could be soft against control decks for sure. But against aggro, we've got a couple removal spells, and we're pretty fast, so I feel pretty good about that. And then here we've got Wooded Foothills, which is currently just a red fetch, but I mean obviously that can grow, and Ragavan. And some spell bombs, but we're not doing the artifact thing. I kind of want to just take Ragavan, because sometimes you just open on Ragavan and you win. I don't know. It's obviously worse once you get to the middle of the game, but sometimes you just turn on Ragavan and it's just incredible. Wooded Foothills would have been good too, for sure. But I like the Ragavan, I think. And then here, I mean, Wishclaw does the thing. There's also Jace, Wheeler of Mysteries, but I have a Soul Guide, so I don't need that. And the reason what I mean is Jace can let you win with Breach Freeze even if they have an Eldrazi, but Soul Guide stops that, so that's usually not a big concern. I might just Reckoner Bankbuster. Got 2 Moxes. Turn on Bankbuster can be pretty good. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I don't really like Wishclaw all that much. Here, Fatal Push versus Mana Confluence. I think I just take Mana Confluence. This deck's going to have a decent amount of colors, and I want to just be red-green, or red-blue rather, and then splash Demonic Tutor. I don't really want my removal to be black, because I won't necessarily have black mana early. I don't really need it. Well, this is a good pack. I got Demonic Tutor, and I got a Mox Diamond, and I got a Brain Freeze. I can't really complain about those things. Still could use another draw 7, and now, of course, really need LED or Lotus Petal. And then here, well, there's Entomb. And then you can Entomb Echo, or you can Entomb and then cast Breach, or I could just take Spire Bluff. Entomb Echo's not bad, but I have DT and Mystical already. But it does put it right in the graveyard. I'm just going to take Spire Bluff. I feel like I'm going to end up... Iteration Wheel. This Iteration always wheels. It's so good. Oh, Duress came back? I will take that. Just having 1 Duress means you can be so much stronger against control decks. They just leave up a counter and you just set up a Duress. All right, well, the Entomb pick was close, but especially picking up a Duress and Iteration, I like having good lands, and my mana is actually pretty good. I could use a blue-red land for Flooded Strand. The Sacred Foundry that was in that pack actually would have been fine too. I'll take Yogwill. I don't know. This isn't really looking like a Yogwill deck right now, but that could change. If I get LED, then there's a pretty decent chance I want Yogwill. Just because if you're already a combo deck with Demonic Tutor in your deck, and Lion's Eye Diamond, then yeah, Yogwill is worth a spot. I told you the 2 white cards are still going to be there. All right, well, no one's drafting white, but yet Expressive Iteration still wheeled. I don't really understand how that works, but and it's not even drafting white aggro. No one took Oust. Oust is just a great card for any white deck, though people might not know that. I could see a blue-white control player maybe passing Oust unknowingly. And then here, I guess I'll just take Prismatic Ending. Not going to play that one either. Concealing Curtains. All right. Pack 3 time. Really looking for that LED, though we would accept a Black Lotus. It's funny. LED would in some ways be better actually in this deck. It is actually surprisingly close, though obviously Lotus is still better. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Where's my good card? I guess I can just take a Vamp. All right. Got a lot of tutors. Now I kind of wish I took Mana Leak over Demonic, just picking up Vamp as well. But I think I am supposed to take Vamp over Brainstorm. Yeah, Vamp is good. All right, any LEDs? Oh, there's Booster Tutor, Bombardiers, Bloodstained Mire. I like Booster Tutor, but I have a lot of tutors. I should just take Bloodstained Mire. This is not a Bombardiers deck. I don't have enough stuff to throw. All right. Any LEDs? And here there's a Chromatic Star. There's a Tundra, but I don't have a need for white mana. I mean, there's a Trinket Mage. Trinket Mage can go get LED if I end up getting it. It's a little more on the expensive side, and I have lots of tutors. I think I just take Chromatic Star here. Chromatic Star is great. And there's Time Spiral. All right, with Hull Breacher, I feel obliged to take Spiral, just having another wheel. It is a kind of unfortunate because both my wheels cost 6 mana, but and I haven't really found a discard outlet yet either. All right, Lion's Eye Diamond, please, please. This deck would be so good if I got a Lion's Eye Diamond. It would be still pretty good with a Lotus Petal, but LED, 4 more packs to look for LED, and if we find that, then we are golden. Could still use a way to discard if I can find one. I don't actually have that yet. In these sideboard cards, do not help. There's a 5th pick Tolarian Academy. That doesn't really help me though. I have 5 cheap artifacts, 6 cheap artifacts. Yeah, it's not going to do it. I might just Shelldock. This actually seems like a decent Shelldock deck. I mean, there's also Flame Slash, but I think Shelldock is where it's at. And then there's Scalding Tarn and Fiery Constance. Pick 6. I get 2 more picks. Tarn is a red-blue black land. Yeah, let's just take Tarn. All right. I've got a couple burn spells. I'm not worried about Fiery Confluence so much. And I could play Yogwill if I needed to, but my issue here is going to be with the mana. So if I don't get Lion's Eye Diamond, the way I end up comboing off here is just getting to a bunch of mana and going Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze, but I can Brain Freeze myself and hit these Moxes if I haven't drawn them yet. So it's just going to take a little more work. It'll still work out. But the reason LED would be so sick is I have this Echo of Eons that I currently don't have a way to discard, which is not ideal. I mean, Raucous Theater can help. I don't have the fetches to really play Reprieve, so I'll just take Raucous Theater. All right. 1 more pack for Lion's Eye. So Lion's Eye is in one of these packs. All right, Lion's Eye, hook me up. All right, here we go. Last pick. 38th pick LED, I believe. If not LED, I would take a Petal as well. Boo. Or neither. Yeah, I'll take Spell Pierce. I think I want that over Bat. Spell Pierce is pretty good against. And then here, there's Treasure Cruise, but that's not really what. I mean, I guess I will take it because I'm not playing any of these other cards. And here, Bone Crusher or Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, I'm not really a Pinnacle Emissary deck either. I could play a Bone Crusher if I had to. Currently, this is 18 lands plus Mox, which means, and I guess maybe the Cruise makes it in. Maybe I just put Evora in my deck. Ugh, not getting LEDs or Petals is really unfortunate. I mean, I can play Concealing Curtains. I can play Mind Collapse. I don't think I really want to play Nia. Guess I'm more likely to play Restless Vents. I mean, Evora's fine. So this is now 17 land plus Moxa. I could play one more card. Oh, well, Flame Slash, that works. And, all right. Well, I think this deck's still going to work, but it could have been a really good deck. Oh, Evora's a way to discard Echo of Eons. Wow, I didn't even really think about that, but that is actually fantastic. Okay. I don't think I want Yogg-Will. I just don't think I have the mana for that. And I have Ragavan, Evora, Bone Crusher. I could kind of make some attacks. I guess I could also play Rabble Master. This is 17 land plus a Mox. I need to cut a mountain. My mana's got to be fantastic. And I can cut one more. I might just cut Chromatic Star. I don't actually think it's doing that much for me here. Because I think 16 lands plus Mox Ruby is fine with a Mox Diamond as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, you know what? Restless Fence is also a discard outlet. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 black, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red. All right. I could even play one more black, but how many blue is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, this looks good. All right, let's get in there. Okay, battling the Karn Mirror here. And opponent goes first. All right, this hand is solid. I can also Brain Freeze myself to hit Time Spiral. All right, well, I'm just going to start on Flame Slash because I can braid their 2-drop. Or not Time Spiral. If I Brain Freeze myself, I could mill Echo of Eons. That's a reasonable way to do it. Copter, huh? All right. Okay, I'd like to stop drawing lands, but this is going to get a Raucous Theater at least. Inti. All right. Destroy that. And hopefully I don't have too much more here. Oh, Burst Lightning. All right. I will just Burst Lightning the Inti. I'm not going to let that thing attack. And given that I'm not going to play Hull Breacher this turn, I'll play Bloodstained Mire. All right. I had done a pretty good job just killing all their stuff. They went 1-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop, and I went bzz, bzz, bzz. Can I just Raucous Theater and hit Echo of Eons? All right. They milled their Ralgren Triumph. I mean, they're just going to play a 4-drop, and that's going to be enough to kill me. Oh, Cosmic Grand Zenith. And they have a play? No. Nice. All right. Okay. Raucous Theater. Echo of Eons. Any echoes? Evora. I don't think that's good. I'll just take my turn. Rabble Master. All right. I'm just going to pass with Hull Breacher up here. If they play 2 spells, I probably want to Brain Freeze myself. Loran? Okay. We played 1 spell. Let's do this. They might not use Loran now. Oh, it's going to be so annoying if they have a removal spell as their last spell, and now they get to trigger the Cosmogrand. Alright, good beats. Yeah, they have 1 card left. Let's draw. Alright, Rebel Master. And I have Brain Freeze, so if they play a spell, maybe I Brain Freeze myself, just trying to find Echo. Not do anything in my hand. And if I draw Breach, I could also potentially win. Though I'm kind of far off that. All right, I guess I was losing my Hull Breacher regardless. All right. Are they going to use Loran? They probably shouldn't, but I don't know. If they would get a Cosmogrand trigger if they found a spell. It wouldn't be crazy. Oh, okay. I like it. I like it. That's so funny. I'm at 11. Next turn, I just die if I cast Echo. I guess I brain freeze myself because drawing Underworld Breach is one way to do it. Mill. All right. Milled all bricks into another brick. I guess this doesn't have to attack. The problem is, if I cast Echo, I just die. So it's just impossible for them not to just play two things and probably kill my goblin. So I think I'll just do this. They have to have 2 spells in hand to kill me. Well, Thalia makes it a lot harder. Yeah, this is not really worked out well. I had a million tutors in my deck too, but not in evidence. I'll block the Lauren so then maybe they use it. They really shouldn't when they're doing this. All right, we are done. All right, it's time for round 2. See if we can go a little better. All right, definitely going to keep this hand. Need to find Evora to discard that Echo of Eons. See what I'm playing against. Let's actually get a better idea of what we're playing against here. Fiery Islet. You know what? I don't need to play Shelldock right now. Let's just do this. This way, if they play a 2-drop, I have a Bone Crusher for it. Doesn't... Okay. Well, they played a 2-drop, so let's go Stomp Johnny, and then I'll just play the Bone Crusher next turn. And then the turn after that, I go Shelldock, and I may not even play the Hull Breacher, because you kind of don't want to play Hull Breacher until the turn you're going to Echo. You don't want to leave it exposed. But Bone Crusher is really doing a good job keeping things back here. Oh, Detective's Phoenix. Sure. Okay, well, let's duress. We might miss. We did not. We took Parallax Wave. Okay, that's a nice one to take. And they have no removal spells in hand. I still think I'm just going to go Shelldock here. I'll put Time Spiral into the Shelldock. Pass. Lelia could attack with the Lelia. Offer the trade. Could attack with the token too, the 2/1. Actually don't think that's a bad attack. But I'm going to take the trade here. They get to play the land. And then... oh, that was a really nice draw. All right. I don't think I need tons of red. Enters tapped. I guess I don't even need to play the Mox here. I can just pass. So what I really want my opponent to have to have drawn are, well, basically not anything but removal spells. I want them to go land Carnage Interpreter here. Because that seems like a pretty plausible play. And then I'll let the Interpreter resolve. No? All right, well. I'm going to go for it. I have to cast Echo on my turn anyway, so. Oh, are they deciding whether to sack a Fiery Islet or Sunbaked Canyon? If that's the case, then they don't have a removal spell right now. That could be nice. Or do you have a removal spell? All right. There's Breach, but I don't think that's... I need to play that one. Mox Diamond. Thing is, if you had a way to kill Hull Breacher, I imagine you would have killed it before I untapped. Guess we'll see, huh? Echo of Eons, play a Demi, that's it. So that's just game then. Because I get to Echo again after this. I get 7 treasures. Let's go Underworld Breach. And I could Brain Freeze. Let's see. They have 33 cards in deck, so I have to Brain Freeze for 11. So I can go land, Brain Freeze for you for 4, me for 1. Brain freeze you for 5, me for 1. Yeah, that's enough. All right. Brain freeze, target you. And then enough left to cast 2 more brain freezes. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a little bit more according to plan. Played against Boros once more. All right. Time to battle Jace the Mind Sculptor here. And, I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. Obviously, with red mana, that hand was pretty good. I'll keep this, and what do I put back? Breach, Echo, Soul Guide. I'm not putting back Bankbuster, Duress, Shelldock, or Swamp, obviously. I think I put back Breach. I'm pretty far away from breaching. Let's see what they got. Okay. Turn 1 Deep Cavern Bat on the play. Well, they could take my Bankbuster. They might take Echo, not knowing how bad my deck is at discarding Echo. That could be kind of neat. And then on my turn, well, really need to win the die roll, huh? Maybe Duress on turn 1. Well, they took my Bankbuster. I am going to Duress on 1. It is Duress, Snuff Out, Unburial Rites. They're close to having to Duress my Echo, but I guess I'll just take the Duress since the other ones don't do so much. I could take the Snuff Out in anticipation of future Hull Breachers, but I think this is okay. Oh, they left it on top. That's no good because they didn't have a lot of action left here. But I guess they do. All right, I'll take your Duress. Shelldock is good in this kind of game. I guess I'll put Evora under the Shelldock. I think putting Mystical under Shelldock is probably a bit weak. But maybe it gets Time Spiral or something. Well, I left the card on top, so I kind of assumed they're going to play something. Currency Converter. Oh, that's a good one. They're probably going to end up discarding that Snuff Out at some point here. The Unburial Rites they can also discard, though obviously Soul Guide Lantern fights against Unburial Rites pretty nicely. So I guess they just discard it anyway because it's just not going to do anything. Keeping it in hand doesn't really help. And they found a land. All right. Sure. Restless Vents, discard Echo. It's going to come up. This has to be black, right? Yeah, so they can't snuff it out. That's really something. That is really something. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to get to do it. And we'll see. We'll see what they do. 4 colors. Okay. Who knows what they're up to over here. They have Snuff Out. They have a Converter ready to make a 2/2. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes, huh? Didn't draw anything too awesome, but what I could probably do, their Snuff Out's gone now, is maybe set up, geez, got lots of Moxes over there. Demonic Tutor into Hull Breacher. Something along those lines. They didn't make any plays. Let's go Bobble. Let's DT. I think I'm just going to DT for Hull Breacher here. And then just try to set up Hull Breacher Echo. I'll play Raucous Theater. Oh, Mox Ruby. That's exactly what I was hoping to find. Because now I can Hull Breacher Echo next turn. I'm just going to play my Ragavan. Because it's going to, I mean, at least they can block it with their 2/2 or something. And it does something. It's not doing anything in hand here. All right, so I guess I just need them to not have an instant speed removal spell or a discard spell or a counter spell. Easy enough. Oh, please play whatever you're considering playing on Ragavan. Yeah. Oh, they discarded Grave Titan. Well, I still have the Soul Guide, so... And pass, and then they chose not to put it into the converter? That's funny. Let's see what they do here. I mean, if they go for on burial rites on Grave Titan, that works out pretty nicely for me. They have a lot of mana. I really want them to spend their mana just playing to the board, and then I can Hull Breacher win. All right, well, I'm going to exile your graveyard. I'd rather not have a Grave Titan in play. The funny thing is, ultimately, it doesn't actually matter that much if my Hull Breacher plan works, but this way they maybe feel compelled to put another creature into play or something. Play like a Blood Tithe Harvester. And then next turn I get to go Hull Breacher, Ruby, Crack Strand. And then boom, we go off. Play something. Just play something. I mean, I don't think I'm going to bobble them. I don't really know what I could see that would change my mind here. It feels like they're at the verge of playing something, but have not yet decided to do so. Demonic Tutor, perfect. Okay, so they need to have Daze, Force of Will, or Force of Negation, or Subtlety. And if they have none of those things, and it doesn't look like decks that can have those, their Snuff Out's already gone. We're going to get to Hull Breacher Echo them? Ha! Oh, you do love to see that. Tutor for whatever you want, unless they go like Lotus into, something here. But I feel like if they had that, then they would have already done that. All right, they have tutored. Take my turn. Flooded Strand. Get Island. Ruby. They can still use Currency Converter, which is why they're getting priority, but like I said, there's not that many things that actually stop this. Hull Breacher. I'd be pretty surprised if they had Subtlety here. Nope, they're done. Hull Breacher steals another game, and that is a nice little 2-1 start. All right, let's see if we can get some battles here. All right, battling this robot of some kind. I'm on the play. All right, I'm going to run this, and I'm going to go turn 1 Raucous Theater. Okay, I do want to keep Island on top. Land. Pass the turn. And then turn 2, I can Demonic Tutor for Wheel. Actually don't need to sack that. So let's go. Do I want a Restless Vents in play or an Island? I probably want a Restless Vents, huh? Mox. Discard Island. DT. And oh, I have gotten my decks all mixed up. I don't have Wheel of Fortune in this deck. I have Time Spiral and Echo of Eons. That is not the same thing. Okay. What am I tutoring for then? That's very different. This is where the Entomb actually would have worked out well. I'm actually just going to get Expressive Iteration and ship the turn. Wow. This is what I've been doing a lot of cube drafts, not going to lie. I guess I'll sack this. Oh no. Don't look at that Mox Diamond like you're going to kill it. All right. I'll sack this Bauble you. Adeline? Okay. I have a Flame Slash for that. That's nice. Shelldock's not bad either. Okay. Let's go Iteration here. Hope they just have an end of turn creature and not a counterspell. Reprieve. All right, let's just play Shelldock. I think I'll just put Mystic Confluence under here. Oh, they can't play Adeline with that mana. Oh, they have Loran. Well, that was going to be worse earlier. Now it's not so bad, though it's still kind of annoying. I guess I want Breach in hand. Bottom, Exile, Bank Buster. Pay 2 life, Bank Buster. And then next turn, they can go Adeline, but they just played second Island, so maybe they don't even have the planes. Well, I guess they do. I can still flame slash the Adeline, and I could abrade the Lauren if I want. Oh, they might not have the planes. They're just like copying Lauren or something. Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Getting a Jite. Oh, they're going to play the Jite, perhaps. Well, if they don't, it's pretty revealing as well that they have a counterspell. No, they have, Mokdi and Itla Sky Snares. Okay. I guess I'm just going to pass here. And I hope that they don't have Cauldra to put in with Stoneforge. I hope they just go Jite equip. My plan is to either to have Abrade, Spell Pierce, and then Bankbuster up, and I'm probably just going to Abrade and draw a card. Deals 3 damage to the Sky Snarers. Okay. I'm just not that worried about Jite. Okay. And pass the turn. Interesting. Draw with Bankbuster. Wow, I'm really close to being able to Mystic Confluence, but we're not quite there. And I think I Flame Slashed the Lauren. No, I was hoping they would have us both draw a card. And so, Bankbuster. I guess I'll just pass, or should I just draw now? I kind of actually want to draw now. Is there anything I want to vamp for first? At some point I'm going to want to vamp for Brain Freeze probably, but I think I'll just draw now. See if I hit something. Oh, that's interesting too. Okay. Pass. Oh, they have a Batter Skull maybe? Yeah. All right. I guess the abrading it there didn't really work out great. But I think I might be able to set up Brain Freeze Breach well enough here. Let's see. I kind of want them to play Adeline here. Nice. All right, I'm dead next turn. But if I go Breach, Brain Freeze, I think I'll be able to do enough stuff. I have Echo in hand, but I don't have, I'm pretty far away from the Hull Breacher thing, and there's a Jite that can kill Hull Breacher anyway, so let's Vamp Tutor. I think I just get Brain Freeze. Draw. Let's see. Underworld Breach. I can Demonic Tutor for a land if I want. I have 1, 2, 3. I can cast 2 things because I can DT for a land and then play Mox Diamond. Let's see if I DT for a land, play Mox Diamond. I can Bank Buster and draw. Box Diamond Bauble. I mean, I can cast 2 more spells and then cast 2 Brain Freezes. I can cast 3 more spells. 2 more spells. And then Brain Freeze for 12. Oh, plus 15. Yeah, okay, so let's go Bauble. Exile, exile, exile. Bobble you. And I can play Bobble. I could also draw with Bankbuster, and but I'd have to draw a land for that to be good. Because if I Bobble, yeah, I actually do need to draw off Bankbuster. I think that getting, okay, so I drew that. And now I can go Mox, exile, exile, exile. Discard. brain freeze targeting you. And let's see, and I think I have to target myself once and then target you the other ones. And is this going to be enough? Let's see. Or do I need to do, am I one short? They have 18 cards left. And I think I might be one short. Yeah, I can Demonic Tutor, but that doesn't do anything. The problem is even if I play Urza's Bauble, yeah, I think I'm one short here. I feel like I could have done something. Let's see. Let's brain freeze myself here. I haven't played a land yet, but I don't have a way to draw a card, so... Because I have a Mox Ruby in my deck still. I guess I needed to have Mox... Oh wait, they had 15 cards left. I did have enough. Oh my god. This stuff's hard. I have a Mox Ruby, but I don't have a way to play a land. So I miscounted again. Okay. And yeah, if I could play a land, I could do it. All right. Well, better luck next time. I did have enough exactly. God, I even drew off Bankbuster. I always get confused with Storm. They had 15 cards left. I thought they had 18 cards left. So they had 15 left, which means I could have done it for enough to actually brain freeze them. So that was on me. All right, well, let's look. It's me, the failbot. Actually, that's my opponent. Yeah, this hand's fine. Yeah, so I did actually have enough to brain freeze them down. Huh. Well, you live, you learn. Would have been nice to get there exactly, too, which is what I did. I needed one more free spell, I guess. Interesting. All right, well, let's go Watery Grave. Nope. Duress you and see what's up. Retrofitter, Narset, Enlightened Tutor, Hull Breacher. I'll take Narset. I don't really care about Retrofitter Foundry. They played the Island. That's weird. Let's get Evora down. Start growing. And I'm going to keep up Bone Crusher here for Hull Breacher. And pass the turn. They might just retrofit her. Okay with that. I'll just use some... I'll use a blood token end of turn, and I feel like they're going to have a hard time turning down the Hull Breach. Unless they drew something else to play. And let's discard. I think I discard Spell Pierce in this spot. Okay. Hull Breacher. Just make sure to get red. Resolves. Stomp. All right, and I draw a card off the blood. Nice, nice. Land, attack, get another thing, and I guess play Bankbuster. Seems fine. They can light tutor for something here, but I don't really know what they would get. I think they're probably going to sack to Retrofitter. I could vamp, but nothing I need to vamp for. Flame Slash can kill the 4/4 once they make it. And I can just Bankbuster here, and that'll work out pretty nicely. They've got Bant combo of some kind. All right. Play Beseiju. Interesting. I guess getting towards that Restless Vine stock, huh? All right. Oh, and Displacer Kitten? Well, I guess I'm with Enlightened Tutor in hand. I guess it's good that I'm not I didn't discard the Flame Slash. Was kind of hoping to draw a land. let's see. I guess I will draw with Bankbuster. Play Bobble. I'm not going to use the Flame Slash at this point. Soul Guide and get your Hull Breacher. And I actually think I'm just going to draw a card here because it would be really nice to play a land. Okay, nice. And pass the turn because they can make a 4/4 with that thing. All right. If they draw a land, they can attack with the Vine Stock. Okay, they didn't attack with anything. Interesting. This doesn't have much to get, I don't think. Yeah, it just has Island. I'm going to Bobble you. Maybe I'll see what their other card is. It's Fastbond, okay. So I guess they're trying to get Fastbond Crucible going. Land. I'm going to Flame Slash the 4/4. And I guess just pass the turn with Mystic Confluence up. I will attack with the... yeah, I'll attack with Evora. Make another blood token. All right, pass the turn. They can make a 1/1, but that's all they can do. They could Enlightened Tutor here if they wanted. Ooh. Oh, this is not animating the Vine Stock? You can also use Retrofitter in response. This gets you like a free untap. Nice, nice. And I could Mystic Confluence and bounce, but I think I'm just going to use Bankbuster and start using some blood tokens. Discard Rabble Master. Rabble Master's not doing much for me. If I draw Echo of Eons or discard Verge here, I think, or Hull Breacher, I can set up the combo with Vamp Tutor here. And let's discard Island again. I feel like if I'm just turning through these lands, I'll find more lands and it'll make Evora bigger. Okay, I did find a land of sorts. Oh, there's Hull Breacher. I'm 1 mana short because I don't have a land of Hull Breaching. That's okay. Attack with Evora. I'm kind of just going to win with this thing. Land, play Mox, pass the turn. They can do what they will. I've got Mystic Confluence up. I've got Vamp up. Don't think that they're getting out of this one particularly easily. Attacking me with the Restless Vine Stock doesn't do anything. Okay. Lotus Petal. Flicker that, sure. You got it. You got it. How do I want to do this? Just play Hull Breacher. Okay. They didn't know what was going to happen, but they knew it wasn't going to be good. All right. I mean, if you discount the game that I just threw for no reason, then it would actually be like 5-1 or something, or 4-1. But I guess we're 3-2. That's how it goes. When you lose a game, it counts against you. You don't no longer have the win. So let's see if we can win some more. All right, there's an Elefante Quintorius. I'm on the play. No turn 1 Duress if I want to play a turn 2 Evora, so I'll just play this Raucous Theater. I actually don't think I need another land there. And then I can go like turn 2 Evora, turn 3 Duress plus Bone Crusher. Something along those lines. Esper Sentinel, okay. Well, let's just play Evora. And maybe I'll Bone Crusher the Esper Sentinel and pay the 1. That is also an option. If I knew I was drawing Time Spiral, I would have kept that land. I would have actually rather been the Time Spiral and just drawn the land. But if we're asking for things, I'd rather been Echo of Eons. So there we go. Staff of the Storyteller. Oh, that's incredible. Okay. Attack with Evora. They take 1. I'm going to pass, and I'm going to hope that they fire things off by using Staff of the Storyteller. And if they do, then I will Hold Breacher them. But if they don't, and I go to land end of turn Hold Breacher, I'm just going to cast spells into Esper Sentinel and keep getting treasures. It's really fantastic. Blade Splicer. You got it. Okay, so I think yeah, I'll get the Watery Grave. Pay the 2 life, Hold Breacher. Draw. Oh, there's Underworld Breach. Not that that does anything for me right now. Duress you. Decline to pay, get a treasure. Parallax Wave, Ghostfire Slice. I see. I think I take, and Goblin Bombardment too, why not, right? I think I take the Ghostfire Slice and then pass the turn, and on their upkeep, I'm going to stomp the Esper Sentinel, trigger that, decline. Not going to pay for the Hold Breacher. Get a treasure. Esper Sentinel dies. Now they can play Parallax Wave to get the Hold Breacher, but I got my 2 treasures out of the deal, so it seemed pretty good. Yeah. Unsurprising. And then I was really hoping that I would duress them and see 1 answer or 0 answers, but I saw 3 ways to kill Hold Breacher, so yeah, that was less good. Oh, they're going to Parallax Wave my Evora. Then they attack for 5 with Bombardment in hand. So what do I do here? I mean, I could Demonic Tutor for like an Abrade or something. That wouldn't be completely crazy. I have Breach. This is where if I had LED, it would be pretty easy. Let's draw. I kind of want to draw a land. Oh, Shelldock. That's interesting. Shelldock. I mean, I guess I'll put Mystical Tutor under it. Demonic Tutor. How close am I to breaching? I'm just not that close. Let's DT. Don't think playing Bone Crusher accomplishes a whole lot, unfortunately. I could get Breach or Brain Freeze, and I could Brain Freeze myself for 6 just to start with, and then hope to draw a land next turn. All right. I think that's pretty reasonable. And because I want to start and Brain Freeze myself, and I'm looking to find some Moxes. Mox Ruby more than Mox Diamond. Bobble's not bad though. Just 0 mana spells. Though Mox Ruby's the card I really want to see. Echo of Eons. All right. Pass the turn here, because I'm dead in 2 turns. I could have played Bone Crusher. It would just get Parallax Wave. It wouldn't matter. I get hit down to 6. Bombardment basically puts me to 3. It's pretty unlikely they kill me this turn. And then next turn, if I draw a land, let's see. I go Underworld Breach, Bobble, Brain Freeze, and I think that's plenty. So really just finding a land is all I'm looking for, assuming they need to have 2 mana deal 3 or 2 mana put 3 creatures into play, which is not that likely to be the case. I mean, Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt does the trick. A Johnny does the trick by a lot. Monstrous Rage does the trick as well. I guess they don't have that one. Oh, they found the Chain Lightning. No. Good beats. Huh. Yeah, they had to find a deal 3 with 2 mana. Yeah, they sure did, didn't they? Alright. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, at least I get to see if I would have drawn the land here. I'm going to discard Underworld Breach. Because if I drew the land, I think it would be a pretty easy win. If I missed on land, I think it'd be a little bit trickier. Spell Pierce. All right. Well, you know what? I think that'll do it. So, would have been nice to get another bite at the apple here, because again, I could have brain freeze my previous opponent out. But I feel like this deck really felt missing the LED or pedal. Like having to play Brabblemaster was horrible. Bone Crusher and Evora were fine. Ragavan's fine, a bunch of removal, but it really could have used just a little bit more juice. So, fun draft. I hope you enjoyed this one. And you know what? I'll be back tomorrow. Some more Magic. In fact, this is probably going to go up as a little bonus. So enjoy, and more drafts to come. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.